Okay, let me never do that again. Hey everyone, this is Videogamelover here, and welcome to another anime review, and I will be reviewing Inuyashiki Last Hero. Now, I've talked about this anime a lot in my channel, but I decided to review it just to show you guys how much I love it, but I will be keeping it fair, and I'll give you the criticisms of this anime. So, this anime came out in October 2017, or I believe it's been 3 years. So, this anime's plot is, it's about a 58-year-old man named Ichiro Inuyashiki, who is recently diagnosed of stomach cancer and only has 3 months to live. His family sure as hell don't give a damn because, well, his relationship with his family isn't really all that well. He ends up having a breakdown and runs into a park with his dog Hanako, who he recently discovered in the city. Suddenly out of nowhere, he is killed in an explosion, and it's revealed to have been aliens who were messing around with their technology and for some reason decided to shoot him down. So, yeah. To avoid public controversy, the aliens decided to turn Inuyashiki into an android. So he ends up having robotic powers, and he ends up using these powers to save people. In this case, in the first episode, he's rescued a homeless man who was being attacked by a bunch of bullies. What assholes. However, though, he wasn't the only one in that park that night. There was a teenager named Hiro Shishigami, who is a high school student. And rather than saving people with his powers, he decides to kill people with his robotic powers. Why? Because it makes him feel better, or it makes him live better. What an asshole. Well, I mean, that's not the only reason. The anime goes in depth with it, but that's just the spoiler-light reason for it. So, as you would expect, the show constantly cuts back to Inuyashiki and Hiro, how they deal with their robot powers, and eventually their paths get crossed over, and eventually they finally confront. Very simple plot, you won't be confused, you know what's going on. There's also a few other characters, and there's only a few. You have Ando, who is Hiro's best friend, and befriends Inuyashiki, and makes him learn more of his power. You have Mari, who is Inuyashiki's daughter, and eventually plays a major role of the anime around, I would say, the 8th episode. And lastly, you have Shion, who is kind of the love interest of Hiro, and she has a crush on Hiro, even though that she's in complete denial that Hiro is a complete psychopath who kills people. So yeah, that's the characters of the anime. You don't really have to know much of Inuyashiki's family because they don't go in depth, or other characters whatsoever. The only other notable character is the Yakuza leader, but he's only in for the 4th episode. This anime only has 11 episodes, but they're very entertaining, and the pacing is very smooth in all 11 episodes. You don't feel like any episode is dragged. It just feels very right watching an episode of Inuyashiki. Another positive is the soundtrack. It's amazing. The music has a very emotional beat to it and having a few cheery tunes to it. It's a really, really good soundtrack. Next, the animation. The animation is pretty good, except for the CGI. Yeah, this anime does in fact use CGI. They only use it for the android parts, but it's pretty iffy. It's not the worst, it ain't Berserk 2016, but it's pretty distractingly bad a little bit. But not too bad. But the animation for the most part is pretty good. Now let me get into some issues with this anime. For one, it can be really hard to take itself seriously sometimes. Seriously, it's hard to take it serious sometimes with Hiro going bonk, 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 da. Yeah. Very hard to take itself seriously. You're gonna laugh at certain parts of the anime you shouldn't be laughing. So, there's that. Another thing, although I mentioned the pacing is really good, I do think it's a little too fast as far as the story goes. It does feel like, because this anime is only 11 episodes and decided to cram the entire manga into 11 episodes, the pacing does feel a little rushed, especially the last few episodes. And I know a lot of people who will eventually see this anime are probably going to think the ending is very anticlimactic. Well, unfortunately, that's how it was in the manga. That's how the manga ended. So you can't really blame the anime for that, because that's how it ended in the manga. But the anime did air a few months after the manga is finished, which was July of 2017. That being said, though, this is a really solid anime. Even though it has its moments of even though it has its moments of having trouble taking it seriously, it's still a really solid anime. I give Inuyashiki Last Hero an 8.5 out of 10. I feel like this is a good gateway anime since it's very simple to understand and it's a very entertaining anime. So I hope you guys check this one out when you have the chance. It's only 11 episodes and a lot of them are only just 22 minutes, and if you were to skip the amazing opening and that emotional ending song, then they're about 20 minutes long. But that's it for the end of this review. I'll see you guys later. Peace.